Hi, everybody. This time we are going to work on converting from metric unit to other metric units. And the beautiful thing about the metric system is that it was designed from the beginning to be a decimal system, very much like US currency. So that if you want to convert, it's easy. All you have to do is move the decimal. Let me go through a couple examples. For example, if I have 100 cents, how many dollars is that? Well, you just move the decimal two places. 100 cents is $1. 250 cents, well, that's $2.50. The metric system works exactly the same way. If I have 100 centimeters, move the decimal. 100 centimeters is 1 meter, or 250 centimeters is 2.5 meters. Because of the fact that this system was invented from scratch, there's none of this crazy 12 inch equals 1 foot stuff that makes converting tricky. Now, in order to truly be able to convert within the metric system, you have to understand the metric prefixes. There are many of them, but this list is the list that I expect you to recognize. If you see any of these prefixes, these are the ones that I want you to be able to go, that's centi, that's kilo, that's giga, that's micro. These are the ones that are most common. And you need to know what the symbols mean and how big or how small. So let's go through these. You start with a base unit, and the base units, there are many, but these are the ones that are important. Meters, liters, and grams, at least important for us in our class. If you want to make a unit larger, you add one of these prefixes. Kilo, lowercase k, means multiply by 1,000 or 10 to the third. Mega, uppercase M, means 1 million or 10 to the sixth. Giga, lowercase g, means by a billion or 10 to the ninth. Now, please be careful, uppercase, lowercase. If you have an uppercase M, it's mega. If you have a lowercase m, it is meters. Uppercase, lowercase matters tremendously in these metric prefixes, so you have to be very clear and crisp in how you write them. If you want to make a unit smaller, you add one of these prefixes to the unit. Deci means 1/10, as in decibels, a unit of sound, or 10 to the negative 1. Centi, as in 10 to the negative 2. The way I remember centi is there are 100 cents in a dollar. Centi means 1/100th, and that's a lowercase c. Milli is 1/1000th, or 10 to the negative third. Micro, or mu, this is how you say that symbol, is Greek letter mu, and if it's typed, it usually looks like this. If I write it by hand, it sort of looks like that. It's kind of a soft, half leaning over soft M, and that is 10 to the negative sixth, and nano is lowercase n, 10 to the negative 9. All of these are on the backside of that conversion table. I've asked you to print. You don't have to memorize them, but you should be familiar enough with them that you can see them and go, C, centi, M, milli, because these are the common ones. Now, to convert metric to metric, the simplest way I have ever found is using a number line. So I'm going to ask you to draw a number line. If it was my choice, I'd have you put this on your conversion sheet so you have all your conversion factors really handy. Find a blank spot somewhere on that sheet. Draw a line somewhere around 3 to 4 inches long. You're going to write above and below this line. And I'm going to ask you to put some things on this line. So right in the middle, draw kind of a big mark, and this is where you're going to put your base units. Now we're going to have 3 base units we're going to work with: meters, liters, and grams. Now we're going to put some marks on our number line. Little line, big, bold line. Little line, big, bold line. Little line, big, bold line. And it's a number line, so it can continue, but this is as far as we need. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Little line, big, bold line. Little line, big, bold line. I know, it's fun kind of saying silly stuff. Okay, and this can continue. Now we're going to have to put some symbols on this to make it useful. And if I'm going too fast, hit pause at any time so you can catch up. The first little line to the right, put a little lowercase d for deci. The next little line to the right, lowercase c for centi. The first big bold line to the right, lowercase m for milli. Then we're going to skip these in between, and the next bold line to the right, I want you to put mu for micro. The next bold line to the right, lowercase n for nano. To the left, the first bold line to the left, lowercase k for kilo. The next bold line to the left, uppercase m for mega. And the next bold line to the left after that, uppercase G for giga. Here's how you use this number line. Now to use it, here's how this works. If I look at the number 147 and I want to convert this to meters, meters is a base unit. I know it's a base unit because there's only one letter here. If there were two letters like cm, centimeters, then I knew it would be a base plus a metric prefix. But it's only a base, and I know it's a base because it only has one letter. So I'm going to go from centi to meters. So from centi to meters, from centi back to meters. There is not a written decimal point, but there is an implied decimal right at the back of 147. So I'm going to put that decimal in so I can see it. To go from centi to meters, I'm going to go 1, 2 to the left. So I'm going to go 1, 2 to the left, and I rewrite that 1.47. And I have successfully converted from centimeters back to meters. Easy, huh? Okay, let's do another one. Let's say I'm going to go kilograms to grams. Again, grams is a base, and we know it's a base because there's only one letter. Kilo is here, and I'm going to go 2 grams, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3 to the right. I have a decimal, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to the right. Now I have nothing there, but I wrote some swoopies in. What do I fill in with the swoopies? 0. So I'm going to put some zeros in here, rewrite it. 4, 5, 2 zeros to fill in the swoopies, 4,500 grams. Okay, my friends. Do you have this? Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Take a moment, try these, hit pause, try these, and then we're going to go through them together. Okay, let's try it. 17.4 milliliters. Milliliters back to liters. We're going to go 3 to the left, so 0.0174 liters. Meters to centimeters, 2 to the right, 930 centimeters. Millimeters to meters. Here's my implied decimal. Millimeters to meters, 1, 2, 3 to the left. So 0.188 meters. Kilograms to grams. Kilograms to grams. I'm going to the base. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to the right. 4, 2, 6, fill in my swoopies, 0, 0, and I'm put a little comma there. Micro to millimeters. Here's my implied decimal. Micro, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, so 13.000 millimeters. Now I did something along the way that some of you might have spotted and said, why'd you do that? For this one and this one, I put an extra 0 in front of the decimal. Why did I do that? In science, we want clear communication. And if I write a number with a decimal, it is not wrong if I write 0.3, but it is more correct if I write 0.3. Why is this more correct than that? That 0 in front of the decimal is a big neon light to the reader that says, hey, decimal point I had, look at the decimal point. Because if you are filling out a patient's chart, because I know many of you are going into healthcare, and if you write that, and is that a decimal or is that a smudge? You have to make sure you have clear communication. So this is a little bit more correct. Is this wrong? No, this is not wrong, but this is clearer communication, and in science, clear communication is important. Before we leave this section, I want to give you a hint and a clue to what I might do on the upcoming quiz, because Mary is cruel and evil. I might do something like this, give you a unit that is not a real unit and ask you to convert between it. Why? Because I know you're smart. I know how you know how to work Google and you know how to work the internet. So a unit by any other name converts the same. So let's say I gave you a homemade base unit, not meters or liters or grams. Let's say I gave you the unit the rose with a capital R, and I wanted you to convert from kiloroses to megaroses. Could you do that? Because my goal is that you can really learn the material, not just work the internet. That's my goal, because you're going to have to do this on test for getting in nursing programs and medical programs and a whole bunch of other things. So you have to know the skills, not just be able to pass my quiz questions. So let's practice. If I'm on kila and I want to go to mega, here's kila, here's mega, I'm going to have to go 1, 2, 3 to the right. So 1, 2, 3 to the right. So 0.0916, and I'm going to put a 0 there to be a neon light to my reader. Hey, decimal ahead. Okay, hit pause. Try the rest of them. They work exactly the same. Don't let the R throw you, and then we'll come back and do them together. Okay, my friends, let's do this. Center roses to roses, center roses to roses. So we're going to go 1, 2 to the left. So we're going to go 1, 2 to the left, 0.000074, and I'm going to put another 0 in front to help. Roses to milliroses, so we're going to go, I'm going to change colors here so we can keep track. Roses to milliroses, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 2, 0. And last but not least, go back to purple. I'm going nano to micro, 1, 2, 3 to the left. Applied decimal here, 1, 2, 3 to the left. 0.410. You got it? Okay, there will be some practice questions on this week's study guide, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.